We're back with another exciting anime exclusive episode. I'm Jared.
I'm Q.
So Neil can't make it because he has some emergency stuff that he needs to get sorted out before we can come back to the pod. So he might not be here for a while. We'll see. But with that being said, we're still gonna make these episodes. We're still gonna get the content pushed out. And so thank you for all tuning in. And let's get into the topic at hand. Let's talk about this new anime that we just started watching. Or at least I just started watching Wisteria, Sword and Wand. The reason why I wanted to bring up this series is because it draws from multiple different series that we all know and love, and takes the key and the important parts from it, and then they just decide to expand on it a little bit differently. And so, from what I noticed, right, first I would say, Q, have you seen Black Clover?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Black Clover, and you read Tower of God, right?
Yeah, I'm caught up in the manga. It's so good.
Oh, beautiful. I'm watching the anime right now, and I might have to switch to the manga if this keeps being this gas, to be honest with you. But the reason why I brought those two series up is because in this story, right, I feel like they took Black Clover and they took Tower of God and put them in the same series.
So what makes you say that? What is it specifically from both series that you kind of see resemblances of each in? That sounded weird, but you know what I'm trying to say.
So, yeah, I got you. So, in Tower of God, you know how they're trying to reach the tower and reach the top?
Of course.
That is the goal point. That's the goal point of the main character in the story. There's a tower. He's trying to get to the top, and so that's where they're trying to build it. They're building a team, and they're trying to get the team together to help climb the tower. Boom! That was Tower of God right there.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to Black Clover, they took he's in a magic school, literally with no magic powers and nothing but melee capabilities, and they put that into the series. And so it literally just said these are great series. Let's just see if we can mix them, and they did it perfectly. It was a beautiful series. I literally dropped this series 3 months ago when it came out. I was I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna watch a show that's a copycat of these other shows.
Yeah.
And then someone told me I should watch it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it again. And so I did. And I kid you not, they were right.
So when you said that there's this guy that doesn't use magic powers, he just uses melee, are you kind of seeing
Yes.
a little bit of resemblance to Mashal there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for Mashal's more he's definitely more he's definitely more strength based versus weapon based, and so this character is more weapon based than he is in just punching things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So this isn't a comedic anime at all.
So I wouldn't say comedic. Nah. Yeah. No, it's way darker actually.
Okay.
No, it's way darker. I was about to kind of do myself. It's way darker. People are dying.
Oh, when you say it's as dark as JJK or Chainsaw Man?
Nah, it's it's the level of darkness I would definitely say is in between of JJK and Mashal. It's in the middle of both of those series. Their stakes are gonna get higher because people are pissed off, and so they want to act out that aggression, but also it's this is not that type of show, so don't take it too seriously kind of thing at the same time.
Okay, so do you see this being in a similar vein of I don't know, high stakes situation as maybe Naruto, for example?
Yeah, I feel because the tower that they typically climb is they go into dungeons, so they put down the whole dungeon kind of thing, right? And so they just broke through a floor where they all got separated, and so now they have to go find each other in the dungeon on a floor they're not supposed to be on, trying to get their team back together, and if they don't get out of there, they'll die. So.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh man.
Yeah, that was sorry for the spoiler.
No problem. You might have just gotten me interested in it. I just want to know what got you interested in this. How did you hear about it, and where can people, I guess, stream it if they're interested?
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. You can watch it on 9anime if you don't pay for streaming sites. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, the show the reason why it got me interested was one, the fact that the main character says what he's thinking. I love characters that just say what they're thinking. They're not they're I don't know if I should say this to the girl. The dude would just say whatever. He's you're cute, whatever, and she's oh, bless you or whatever. And then I also when the fact that if he doesn't like somebody, he'll punch you straight in the face.
Wait,
if you're talking smack, he'll put up with it, and then he'll just knock you out if you're acting too fresh. And I was just like, yes, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty over the top.
It was enjoyable.
And how would you
I like it because typically then. Yeah, go for it.
No, I was gonna say, like, how does this character compare to some of your other favorite characters from like other series? Like, do you see yourself in him at all, or?
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those shows that's never gonna get it's never gonna reach the hype that it would need to for it to like be a great show. But it's gonna be like one of those hidden gems that like if you know, you know. Like
Okay.
it just gives me that hidden gem vibe. Like yeah, it's popular now, but it's gonna die out. And then like I give it 5 years, where everyone's gonna forget about it. But like at the same time, it's still gonna hit if you rewatch it 5 years from now. And so that's the kind of show that like I kind of foresee it going.
Okay. So, do you think this is here to stay for sure? This anime.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the name of the studio that happened to animate it?
I have no clue, but we can find that out.
Yeah, let's look it up. Actus? I'm seeing Actus when I look at
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I've seen the same thing. They did some series that I know about, but like I know people really were watching those shows. Like Cyborg versus Devilman, they did that. They did that movie. It was like a CGI kind of like thing. It wasn't that good, to be honest with you. They did Girls and Panzer. I've never watched it, but like I know the memes from it, so that's a thing.
Yeah, I've never heard of these anime either. I thought that the character illustrations look very similar to Code Geass, like Lelouch the Rebellion. I wonder what who the author is. See producers. I don't see like the original manga author. Oh, here we are. So if I click into it on my anime list, it goes to the manga. And let me see. Authors. Oh, there's 2 authors. Fujino Imori and Toshi. Seems like he has a lot of manga centered around dungeons. But this isn't like a dungeon-based... Well, actually, I guess it is a dungeon-based anime. Because of the tower, you know? Climbing the tower in itself is kind of like a dungeon.
It's a weird like... It's a weird combination anime, to be honest. That's the best way to explain it to me. It's like it's a weird combination anime where they just decided to like take a bunch of series, take a bunch of things, and just put it into a mixing pot and like see if it works. And so the cool thing about it was how crisp the fight scenes were. Like they did a lot more freeze frames to like emphasize how fast the main character was going, which that was pretty cool. And so yeah, it's pretty different. I'm not gonna lie.
So, what do you think about the pacing? Do you think that it's kind of like One Piece, where it's kind of has too much filler, or do you feel like it's a little fast, like Tower of God, I guess?
It's going pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie, but like, I don't know. I was thinking about this recently. It was like I missed the era where we had 1 season animes, where like it starts and finishes in that season.
Oh, you want like a short, like 12 episode series or 24 episode series?
Yeah, like if it could just stop at 24 and be done, like I miss that like time, because like I feel like now everything's getting so popular that they're getting second season, third season. It's like the shows are like getting way longer, and I'm just like, I kind of miss when you could just watch it, get your conclusion, and just move on.
Yeah, get it in one sitting. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do like the so I don't hate short series and I don't hate long series, but I can appreciate a series that takes the time to set the world building. You know, like give it that proper time to like sink in. Like One Piece, of course, but also Tower of God, because there's a lot of different parts that were introduced in the early parts of the series that are now getting explained, and seeing it like come together piece by piece is like very rewarding, because you get that like sense of accomplishment for sticking to it for so long. Obviously, as a One Piece fan, I don't need to tell you how that feels. Yeah.
I won't deny that Tower of God is like it's one of those series that like it's almost unassuming when you first start it. You're like, this might be great, this might be terrible, and then like as you get into it more, you're just like it just keeps getting better. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So it's rated a 7.81. So it's ranked.
The manga?
The anime. So it's ranked 972 out of all the anime that's on my anime list. I wonder how to check the rankings. Let me see. Maybe I could get a feeling for like what other anime are rated similarly.
Right. Like I really don't expect it to do that well overall, but like it's cool to watch. Like it's like, okay, this is like a fresh take on the same story.
Okay. So you kind of like that, like something with like a fresh spin of different anime you're already familiar with.
Like I remember when like Fairy Tail came out, and like that was like a good time where a bunch of like fantasy animes were a thing. And so like when you watch Fairy Tail and you find out that they're wizards and they're using magic this whole time, you're just like, that does not seem like the magic that I know. Like I know about like books and stuff and like spells, but you're just doing stuff on whatever. And so like it was like a similar feeling to like when it's the same thing. It's still magicians. They're still using magic, but it just feels different. It's like a different vibe with it.
Right. Yeah. Actually, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, no problem. So when I was watching Fairy Tail, like there was a lot of like low key like season 1 animes that were like around where there were just like magical girls and like magic was like the central power system at that time, right? Where like a lot of different people, like there's a lot of different series that had like magic or magic uses. When typically it was either the power gets bestowed upon you and you get magic, or you would read it from a grimoire and then you get magic that way, right? And so watching Fairy Tail was cool because like they were all using magic and they were all like wizards or whatever, but it felt different because it was more of we have magic, but we're here to punch you. You know, so like we're like, yeah, we have magic, but we're really here for melee, right? And so like you got the regular, yeah, we're wizards. We'll wave our magic at you, and like we'll shoot fire or we'll ice you over. That's cool, but it's like we're here to fight, and so that's what made the difference between, oh yeah, it's just magic. Because let's be honest, when you watch like magic shows, like they always throw the spells at people. They don't really punch. And so Fairy Tail said, no, we're doing both. And that's why I felt like when I watched Fairy Tail for the first time, like it was like that shit made it seem different and made it seem new to me, even though the concept was pretty much the same.
Okay, so then Fairy Tail, you get a lot more people using magic to enhance their already above average like physical stats. Mm-hmm. And in this series, it's kind of a bit different where they're, are they also reading from a grimoire like other series, or are they doing it kind of like Fairy Tail style?
They use wands specifically, so they have magic wand. Well, everyone has a power magic, but they just choose which one they want to use. So yeah, it's a Harry Potter thing, which a lot of people do compare the series to Harry Potter, like online and everything. And so that has been a central topic that I've like seen, where they're just like, oh, like this is just a Harry Potter anime. And I'm like, that's fair. Like I'm not even gonna argue it.
So they have like different houses and everything that they get sorted into, or
more like there's different grades, and like if you. Yeah, like from what I understand, like there's 6 years that you can go to school with them. It's one magic school. There's 6 years you can go to that school, and then if you don't pass like a certain test to like graduate that school, you're pretty much an outcast left over, and everybody else goes to the tower.
Oh dang! So they all got past that point already, that school point, because they're in the tower.
Not yet. They're trying to get to the tower. Like the dungeon and the tower, I think it's kind of separate. It's weird. It's not explained too well. It's kind of just like brushed off, and they just try to get to the point because of.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? So you know how Hunter x Hunter? There's like the first part of Hunter x Hunter where they kind of like set the scene for like the world and everything, and the main characters like the four main characters, Gon, Kurapika, Leorio, and Killua, like kind of sets the world for them. But then there's this there's another part that's totally different where it takes place in the Dark Continent, and you kind of see the story shift from following Gon to following Gon's dad instead. So I wonder if it's going to be like that.
Oh my gosh, that's a thing.
So
it's gotta be
yeah. So then it's probably going to be around for a good while if the author plans on building the world similarly to how the way that anime built the world of Hunter x Hunter, or that author. Sorry.
It's funny because I'm rewatching Hunter x Hunter right now, and like I'm already on the Kamehameha arc. Like it really took me a week, but I kid you not, rewatching the series because I've seen the show. Like I think it's one of my top 5. I'm not even gonna lie to you because I rewatch this series every single summer for the past like 3-4 years. I kid you not.
Yeah.
And so like I love that series so much. But like it's funny how like when I first watched it, Gon was my favorite character. Like Gon was my favorite character. And then after I watched it the second time, Killua was my favorite character. And then after I watched the third time, I'm like, Kurapika's really that guy over there. So like now he's become my favorite character. and then now that I'm watching it, it's like right now, I'm literally like watching Leorio. I'm just like, Leorio was also kind of amazing. Like it's like watching that whole cast just like grow into themselves and like develop, and each one of them got like except for Leorio because he's doing it. He doesn't really need an arc specifically because he doesn't have anything to do with the story all that much. But like you get to see each character develop in their own arc, which was like amazing to me. Like watching Kurapika go through the whole like going after the spiders and like killing one of them, which was crazy to me. Like even like I say like I'm surprised like it's the first time I watched it, but I've seen the show 4 times. But like just watching him like bring the shovel and like bury the dude after he kills him, I'm just like, bro, like Kurapika really was that guy. And then watching like Killua's probably like it'd probably go like Killua, Kurapika, Gon, and Leorio in terms of like my favorite characters in that series. Killua, the reason why he's like my number 1 is because like that kid was such a diehard friend.
He was
He was such a diehard friend for a dude that you just met. To be honest, y'all known each other for less than a year.
That's true. When you put it in that perspective, yeah. And they went through so many.
You just like this is my.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like he's ready to die for this guy. He's killing for this guy. Like this is and like go and do the same thing for him 1,000%. Like I'm not saying that he like Gold's not on that same level, but like Killua was an assassin kid, got raised to be an assassin, got like treated terribly, right? And meets his one friend and he's the softest kid ever. Like he's all blushing and shit, and like I'm just like I just love Killua so much now.
I also like how Killua messes with the other characters in the series. Like, he messes a lot with Leorio. Yeah. He kind of butts heads with Kurapika a little bit, but their like dynamic is really funny.
I was gonna say I agree because like after watching the series so many times, like you see how much like of a group they really are. Like they all have their individual tasks, of course, and they all have their own things that they need to accomplish. But when they come together as a team, they come together as a team. Like it's really just like, hey guys, I need help. They're like, all right, bet. See you in 6 months. We'll be there. Like it's no question, no arguments. It said, all right, that's what you need. All right, cool. Like I like their dynamic. I like the fact that they are willing to like go through like hell and back for each other, even though they all just met a year ago. Like I love the fact that they're like, okay, if it wasn't for you, I wanted to pass the 100 exams at all. And so like they all like just have this bond that like stays throughout the series. Like anytime they need to call on each other, like they would answer unless Kurapika had his things, but he was basically Secret Service at that point, so he got to pass. But like it was just a really beautiful like relationship and friendship that like I saw through the characters.
All right, so
alrighty, we're back.
The question I had for you, Jared, do you see the main characters of the anime that you're watching ever living up to the legacy that the main Hunter x Hunter crew had left? Like I'm talking Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio.
Nah. Because like the characters from this show, they hate each other.
Oh, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, so like the reason why they're a team. How much spoilers are you okay with? I don't know if you're gonna watch it or not.
Give me enough to entice me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like sell me on it.
The reason why they're a team is because they're all super strong, but they hate each other individually.
So they each are really strong at one particular part of magic, but they have to be together to climb this tower.
Correct.
Huh. And then what kind of different positions are there? Like, is someone like a healer? Is someone like a weather specialist?
I got you. It's fire, wind, ice, lightning, and then the melee guy. And then there's an earth girl.
This sounds a lot like The Last Airbender.
Yeah, like I said, it's a mixing pot of it's a series that they decided to just do it, and I was just like, all right, go for it.
So it was fire.
Was working, so
yeah, it was fire, ice, wind, lightning, and then what else? Melee.
Yep. Melee and earth.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Melee and earth.
Melee and earth, right? They have Toph in the show.
Pretty much. Like the girl that is the Earth Lady, she's very kind, so she's not as like rough as Toph.
Yeah, not as okay. Yeah, a lot more, I guess, like feminine energy, if you want to use that word. Okay.
That is
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Would you ever cosplay as any of these characters? You think?
I thought about cosplaying the main character. I'm just I don't think I want to go through all those extra parts because like the problem with this series is the fact that the cloak they wear as magicians is the same exact cloak that you get in Black Clover when you wear it for like it looks exactly like a Black Bull's like overcoat. Like it looks exactly the same, and I'm just like I can't do this.
Yeah, I wonder if the artist that did this series worked closely with the main artist in Black Clover. That's what I'm looking for.
It's possible.
Yeah, I feel like
decided to go for it.
Maybe I feel like the manga, like the author community, is just so small for successful authors that like have their mangas and anime. Yeah.
That's why after what was it? It was after my hero ended. All the big names started trashing my hero.
Yeah, I saw a lot of backlash for how that ended.
Like, which honestly, it was kind of warranted, bro. Because the teacher, what?
Yeah. Do you ever see, or do you ever think there would be a My Hero Academia like Shippuden?
I feel like he should have got the accolades that he was working for. Like it feels like the way it ended makes me feel like I'm watching the show and I'm just like, what's the point?
Yeah, just like very depressed at the end.
Yeah.
Like not seeing him become the hero that you thought he would become.
Especially when you made movies about this. You made movies where it tells you in the movie, this is the story on how I became the hero. But then I think it was season 4 or 5. Yeah, season 4 or 5, where they changed it. They changed the intro to this is how we become the greatest hero. And I'm just like, that's where you lost me.
Yeah. There's something to be said for series where the main character starts out weak and then you see them become the strongest character in the series. It happens pretty often. Yeah. It is, I think it's like, a pretty popular concept. Like you see it with success in things like Dragon Ball Z, obviously, or like Naruto, right? Because he becomes the Hokage, he becomes the strongest ninja in the village. Whereas in like this series that you're talking about, Wisteria, Sword, and Wand, it seems like it's gonna be pretty hard for any one of them to become the strongest character, but maybe they can become the strongest group of characters.
Yeah, I do think that's the direction they're trying to go. Personally, like I don't really like this is a series where I don't really care about who the strongest is. It's more of a like I want to watch the character just overcome his odds with sheer strength. That's really why I kind of found interested in the series, because it's just like they're like, oh, I can throw this magic circle at you. He said I can break it with a sword. Let's find out if I can break it with a sword, and then breaks with a sword.
There's something to be said for when your magic can't beat somebody's muscles. You know, it's very demoralizing.
That's a true statement. That's a very valid statement.
So, who do you think would win in a fight between this melee guy and Yuji, for example?
Are we assuming that they're on the same stats?
Yeah, same stats, but they don't have their power systems. Like Yuji can't use cursed energy. He's just like using his like base enhanced or his base strength against the melee guy's base strength.
The thing about Yuji is that I don't know his adaptability capabilities. That's my thing, because the melee guy, like his name is Will. Will in the other series, if he sees you do the move once, he's able to memorize it. So like the moment you throw a punch a certain way, the moment you throw a punch a certain way or you throw a kick, he's gonna have it in his head locked in, and he's gonna be able to like attack it within a split second of like him seeing it. Like that's how he's getting through the dungeon. Is he sees the attack, he memorizes the attack, and then he's able to like counteract it just like right after. And the thing about Yuji is he has like an unconventional fighting style, but because so unconventional, I can see the melee guy like learning the pattern of how Yuji fights. And so they would go head to head. But like it depends on how Yuji like deals with those kind of like personalities where like if someone memorizes my moves, is there a new skill set that I have? Does he have that much in the toolbox to like be able to fight a different way? I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but that ability is crazy. The ability to see something once and just like figure out how to.
Wild when I first saw it.
That's like Eisen level battle IQ right there.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it's a pretty solid series. Like, it's funny because like it was such a random one that I didn't expect I was gonna enjoy, and I'm just like, well, here we are.
Well, it seems like I'm gonna have to check it out, man.
I mean, hey, we ended up talking about one series for 30 minutes. So like, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth a shot.
Absolutely.
This is another episode. My name is Jared.
I'm Q.
And we will see you next time. Peace out. So now that you've seen the series that I started enjoying out the gate, how do you feel about that series, dog?
Yo, I honestly am surprised at how much I got into it. It's a lot, it's a lot grittier than I thought it would be. The character, so the main character kind of irks me because it's that typical like shonen trope of the main character like being so humble and letting just anybody walk all over him. I wish it wasn't like that, but he lets Xion walk all over him, right? Like the fire user.
Yeah.
But Julius, oh my gosh, he gets his get back against Julius.
Yeah.
Like when they're doing the whole I forget what it's called, but when they're competing in the tournament for the crown. Yeah, he gets his get back. And the way he appeared in the stadium, just like riding the sword, and he just like lands like right in front of that squad. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And he took them all out by himself, bro. Yeah. I was like on the edge of my seat, just I feel like finally.
Yo, I feel like the reason why he lets Julius like run his mouth or whatever is just because he doesn't take Julius that seriously because he already beat him once. You know what I mean? Like he already Sion, the fire user, my bad. But so like he already showed up for this fool once. So like anytime he runs his mouth, he's just running his mouth at this point. He knows it's not serious enough to where you're not gonna hurt my friends. But if that fool hurts his friends, I know he's about to get down. That's why I'm like, I like him because he's just like, this guy, bro. He's just talking, bro. It ain't even nothing serious, bro. that's how he sees him.
Yeah, I know, bro. I was really into so you're fully caught up with the anime, right?
Didn't watch this week's episode, but pretty much yeah.
But so they're in the dungeon, right? How other people have died in the dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. I was like, again, I was just like taken aback by like how like brutal
Mm-hmm.
they were killed,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like, damn, I definitely did not see that coming.
Right, that's what I was
with
saying about how the series was so unassuming. Like it didn't seem like it was the kind of series where I expected to go that deep or like go that hard. I was like, this could be like a regular. I thought it was gonna be a regular show. I'm not gonna lie, that was gonna be a regular show. And then every single time they get into more to the story, more to the characters, I'm just like, this show hits so different. I'm so shocked. Like, what's going on here?
Right? Yeah, I don't know, man. This is definitely one of those anime that like took me by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I thought it was gonna be like, oh, this might be like another like cheesy shonen, but it is not that at all, man. This is a good one. This is a good one. My favorite character so far, I think it is the main character. I think the main character is my favorite so far. It just seems like everybody's against him, kind of like how it's like a less serious version of Mashal, where everyone was like against Mashal, but they've come to accept him. Like people still don't accept this character at all. Yeah. So it was that like it's the fact that he still has that higher like wall to get past before everyone starts to accept him. That's like something that's got me locked in right now.
That's what I was talking about. How I love the team that they have that went into the dungeon because they all hate each other. But they literally came together with just like, we're not strong enough to conquer the dungeon alone, but together we're just gonna destroy it. And so that's why they went down together. And I'm like, I love it.
Yeah, they don't have a choice, man. The creatures they're running into in this dungeon are way past their level. And it's not even like they're in the same ballpark. It's like they're opposite ends of the spectrum. Like they will die if they do not stick together,
Absolutely.
So all in all, this is like a really I'm really enjoying like my first watch through. I'm gonna have to go back and like give it a second watch, because usually I'll just like, my opinion will be swayed after seeing it the first time, now that I kind of know what to expect. Like, with Hunter x Hunter, it took me a while to get into it first because the beginning was just like so slow and I didn't really know what to expect.
Right.
But like after you get past like the Hunter training arc, where they're trying to qualify to become hunters, that definitely like hooked me. So I think like knowing what to expect the second watch through will, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to say just watching it a second time is gonna solidify it as whether I like it or whether it's just, something that I watch once and then don't go back to.
That's fair. For me, I expected to, like, I'm gonna watch it once and I'm probably not gonna watch it again just because it doesn't seem like, it's funny because it's cool because it's new. It's not as cool because I feel like it's a story that like grabs me. I feel like it's just because it's new. It's a new feeling. That's why I like the series.
Yeah, it's definitely got the makings of a great like next gen anime. I just want the newer anime to kind of grab me like the old ones do. It's just that, we're not the same age as we were before. We're a lot more mature, and the things that we look for in newer anime are different than what we looked for when we were growing up. So I just feel like I have to keep that in mind going forward. How do you feel about that?
I agree in a lot of ways, specifically in the parts where you said that like the things that we used to enjoy, we don't enjoy anymore. Because like I started asking myself, what do I look for now? It's funny because as I got older, I'm looking for shows that like bring me peace in a weird way. That like gives me like, that like helps me step away from regular life and like regular problems, right? Which is funny because I love One Piece, and all One Piece does is show like real life problems in your face, and you're just like, oh, well, I don't want to confront this right now, but fair enough.
Yeah. One Piece definitely got more real as the series went on. Especially when you get to like the Fishman Island arc and how much racism there is in the series, and how they treat I forget his name, but the octopus that they befriended when they met him again from the, you know exactly who I'm talking about. His name's escaping me, but I'll be sure to include an image of him in the video.
Yeah.
And the way his people are treated, it just makes me like, you know, as a black individual, you understand. Yeah. So
it's like, it's funny because the fact that they named it All on Park makes it really feel like it was a tribute to our community, in my opinion. It just felt like home in a way, in a weird way, because I'm just like, I don't know why it connects, but it does. And it's just like, I can just see the outcast when you're running from the law and all the other stuff. It's just like, you can just see like the imagery and how much like the effort like are put into like making sure that we understood what the theme of that arc really was. And it was just a beautiful story.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when are you gonna watch that new episode, man?
Funny enough, bro, before we hopped on here, dog, it was on my computer.
Oh, so you're gonna pull it up tonight? Okay.
I literally was watching it right before we hit play. You know what I mean? So like, I'm here.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. Well, I need to make sure that I caught up, but I'm pretty sure I did because when I was watching it yesterday, it like stopped playing. So I'm assuming that means that I reached the last episode that's released so far. And do you know how often they're releasing episodes?
Every week.
Like every Monday, Wednesday.
What day specifically? I'm not sure. I think it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Sunday.
I figured. Yeah, most new anime comes out on Sunday.
Because they're 1, 2, 3. Are we talking about One Piece or are we talking about Wisteria, to be specific?
Wisteria, sorry.
Okay, yeah. Because One Piece is 3 episodes ahead right now, and then Wisteria is probably Saturdays.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so it comes out at 2 p.m. yesterday. So yeah, Sundays at 2 p.m.
All right, man. I'm sold on this anime, so you know we're gonna have to come back and get Neil to watch it, and then hopefully we can all talk about it, get his opinions on it, and
exactly.
Maybe you'll see me cosplaying as one of the characters soon. I don't know.
Bro, I'm telling you, we all gotta cosplay Blue Lock though. You see Blue Lock?
Say it again.
Have you seen Blue Lock?
Oh, we should definitely cosplay Blue Lock.
We gotta cosplay Blue Lock, bro. That'd be cool.
That would be cold. All right, man. Like I said, I do have to head out, but
no, you're good.
This was great. I really appreciated you putting me onto this anime, and I'm really looking forward to our future conversations about it.
Yeah, we just wait till next week's episode. That's all I gotta say.
Peace.
I'll give it to you.